That's a weird sound. Okay. Well, it took them a few minutes last night, so we'll give them a few minutes. And are you going to, which deck are you using?
I'm going to use the one we talked about, the Astoria deck that Sandra gave us.
Okay, so why don't we do the first reading for Sandra, and then if she comes on, we can tell her to go to the beginning of the show.
Sure, I'm just going to do a quick thing and share this, okay?
Yeah. Hello, Shar.
Hi, Shar. This way, I've already sent Shar a link, and she beat me to it this time.
Oh, there you go. Hello, Amanda. Hope you got your message from last night. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. How's everyone doing?
I hope they're doing fine. And do you guys have the same kind of heat that we're experiencing? Well, and it's nice having BC warm. Hi, Jerry.
And Tracy probably will.
Hello, Faye. And yes, Ashley is monitoring the chat for us tonight. So let's get started with Sandra. And so
what I'm using, guys, this deck, and D'Arcy's going to say what she sees in it.
Yeah, I'm going to read off of it because one, my arm can't handle the movement, and two, the sunglasses are because of a migraine. No, I told your mom, Amanda, to give you the message. Hello, Melissa. One of us is a little too loud and I can't see my speaker.
Yeah, let me double check.
I'll just turn mine down a little because we're ricocheting.
Yeah, mine's at 38, so mine's pretty low.
Hi, Sandy. Hello. Okay, let's get started with Sandra Murray.
Okay, Sandra, first, thank you for the lovely deck.
Yes, both of us, because we both have one. Oh, you got to hold it higher.
Okay, this is the Three of Swords, I think.
Yes, it is.
What do you see, Darce?
Okay, Three of Swords normally represent heartache, but I like this card because it sort of looks like bullseye. And I can remember, okay, this is really bad, but when I left my husband and he was causing problems, I put his picture on the wall and I would throw darts at it. And so sometimes people can upset us, Sandra, but the thing is that we have to work through it, and maybe a constructive way, you know, like I would have really loved a punching bag and put his picture on it because it would have made me feel better. But we are actually friendly towards each other, so don't get me wrong. We do manage to talk. I haven't threatened to pull his heart out through his throat anymore, so we're doing okay. So same idea. We can work past that antagonism that causes us heartache or heartburn. So Sandra, whatever is bothering you, remember you can walk through it.
So I look at this and I agree with D'Arcy. It's about heartbreak. But I also believe that what we think sometimes is suffering, you know, like struggling at work or something, is just that. There's a higher purpose behind it. And you can eventually, without ripping off someone's head and shoving their tongue down their throat.
No, pulling their heart out through their throat.
Oh, no. I'll just shove their... But anyways, let's not get me started. I went on a rant today already. The thing is that whatever this thing is that you're going through, it is not going to last forever.
Okay, so you know what? I'll let Penelope deal with the cards. I'm just going to tell you guys what I'm seeing and feeling about each one of you as I come down and list of names. And keep in mind, we have to work through the list. So even if you're at the bottom, we'll eventually get to you. So bear with us. And
okay, do you want the next card?
Sure. Not that I really need it, but sure. What I feel is that there's an emotional awakening around you. And as you go through the emotional awakening, there's like little ideas of what you want to do, and fine-tuning things, like literally a pen and paper and writing it down and finding what sits closest to your heart. And there's some rejoicing going on here too. So it could be some good news coming towards you. And I feel like take a breath, enjoy it, and then share it. All right.
So I picked out the 7 of coins. Well, I actually didn't pick it out. I actually drew it from the top of the deck. I feel like when I say I pick out, I'm like my sister all of a sudden just randomly grabbing something I think better. But the 7 of coins talks about happiness. It talks about simple pleasures. So don't get caught up all the time in the details. Details can kill us, and just, enjoy the simple pleasures like golfing. God only knows how someone can have pleasure in golfing, but I'm told it happens. Enjoy those simple pleasures. Maybe
Yeah, I got a little story about golfing.
maybe with the possibility as we get more vaccinated with the not the round dances, the powwows, maybe go on a powwow trail this summer. Have some fun.
I got a couple little stories about golfing. So I had a broken ankle, and boy, my ex is getting picked on tonight. He wanted me to go golfing with him, his buddy, and his buddy's wife. And so there we are, traipsing around the golf field. No, don't get me a cart because I've got a broken ankle. You can walk on it. And we're going around, and I'd line up the ball and I'd hit it. And I'd be looking straight ahead, looking for that ball. All of a sudden, I hear the person behind me go, "Are you an idiot? They're supposed to go forward, not backward." I did that twice. But you ever see that show Tin Cup where Bill Murray has a fit, throws his golf club? Well, I actually got to see that in person when my ex missed a shot and he threw his golf club because he was so mad. That's hilarious.
I had a friend that did that, threw his very expensive golf clubs in a lake and walked away.
Yeah. So, it's funny, things like that happen. So the point of this, Shar, is that sometimes, even when it seems impossible, there's humor in everything in life.
Yeah.
Even when it's sad. So keep that in mind. Something about an incident around you that have the humor that goes with it. And if not, golf club, dart.
Before I forget, congratulations on, I don't remember if it was a baby boy or baby girl, but a new grandchild.
Wow, congratulations.
Many blessings, and may they have a long life full of laughter and magic.
Absolutely. So you're going to pull a card for Amanda, and I'll have a look at it.
Okay. Amanda.
That looks like a coin.
10 of coins.
Ooh, celebration. This is plant some seeds. They're memories too. It's like taking the memories from the past and bringing some of them forward so you can replant them, regrow them. And it's also a case of bringing those favorite memories forward so that as you view them, what you're seeing is the happiness that goes with them. But the concept here is a lot of movement around you. Like I see shifts, changes. I see peaks and valleys. And to me, it means that life is like a heartbeat. The more you enjoy it, the more you listen to it, the better it gets.
So, D'Arcy, the other thing there were 2 cards stuck together. The other was the Page of Coins.
Well, that's normally a message, and this could be for her daughter. And that there's temptation around her, and she's doing her best to fight it. Don't let her be open. Ask her what is it you could do for her to help her achieve the results she's looking for.
So when I look at these, they tell me about reflection, thinking about things that are going on in your life. And do me a favor, because the Page and the 10 showed up together, like literally stuck together, it's almost to me like saying, okay, so, spiritually, emotionally, there's, like D'Arcy says, cause for happiness and celebration, but also be responsible. And when you're doing all that multitasking that you're famous for, don't keep multitasking.
Yeah.
if we keep multitasking, something is going to slip through the cracks. And especially right now, as we're coming out of this whole let's get everybody 60-70% inoculated across Canada thing, we're all suffering from one form or other of fatigue, and trying to multitask so that we have spare time later could be a downfall.
Definitely. Hello, Tracy. And Tracy, I don't know where the name Jim fits in with you, or James, but I am hearing the name around you. So this could be a family or friend or an acquaintance towards you. I feel like they're alive. I don't feel like they're past, but I could be wrong. And I also feel like they're going to be in touch between now and, oh wait, we are in June. So between now and next June. I know, it's like, oh my God, we're in June. So I want to say be open to what the message is from them. And sometimes we'll hear things from other, like when I do readings for people, I'll hear a message and I go, really, bite me? And I realize that the message isn't just for the person I'm giving it to, it's also for me. And sometimes we'll listen to people talking, they'll be explaining something, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, that fits, I could use it. But really, am I going to pay attention? Probably for me, no. But in your case, Tracy, I'm going to say be open to the possibility of taking a page out of another person's daily life.
And did I show you the card for Tracy yet?
No, I just kept going.
So Tracy, I picked for you the 6 of Wands. It's hard to notice, but that there's actually a wand in the fish's mouth.
Oh, there is at the bottom. I see it.
Yeah, and at the top. And what this talks about is self-confidence, mostly. Rely on your self-confidence. Don't keep second-guessing yourself, which we all tend to do, but believe that you're exactly where you're supposed to be at the moment you're supposed to be there. Absolutely.
All right. Jerry. Hello, Jerry. Okay, I'm hearing hop, skip, and jump. I'm waiting for Penelope to pull the card, but I'll just get going.
I thought, you were doing so well without the card, but go ahead.
I always do well without the cards.
The devil.
Okay, hop, skip, and jump. All right. And this is about passion. This is about direction. And it's also about taking flight. It's about being open to a shift, a move, and being dedicated to something so much that I know this is going to sound crazy, because the devil normally means you're never tied to anything in particular. You can walk away from it. But this is being dedicated to something so much you don't want to let it go until you finish it. So total opposite of what the card means.
So also, when I think of the devil, I don't think of black magic or evil or being possessed. When I see the devil, also take a look, he's collecting stuff, right? I think of the devil and it's like, don't deceive yourself. Don't deceive others. Don't deceive yourself. We're really good at putting on a show in front of people, so much so that sometimes we start to believe the lie. Don't believe the lie you're telling. Whether it is the lie of omission or the lie that you want everyone to think you're together when really you're not. Just cut to the chase.
All right.
Okay, next card.
It's Faye. Hello, Faye. Hope you're having a good day, cuz.
I'm assuming that this is a wand. The 7 of Wands.
Okay. Okay, I can't actually see the cards. I had to close my eyes because they're hurting. But what I think of is
ladders.
Yeah, it makes me think of stepping up, up, up. It's a journey of self-discovery, but it's an awakening journey as well. It's listening to all the grandfathers and grandmothers from times before coming through to you through either visions. So you need to do some saging. They could be coming through visions. They could be coming either out walking or riding your all-terrain and vehicle. Hold on, I got to plug in. They're saying that be open for changes. I'll come right back.
That's okay. And when I look at the card, the Seven of Wands, I see progression, building higher and higher upon what the ground you've already established yourself. But Faye, this is a time where it's okay if you challenge yourself. Challenge your beliefs a little bit, challenge the boundaries you've put around yourself, and let them stretch a little bit. And just so you know, I'm at 197 finds at the end of 2 months of geocaching. So getting there, Faye. Not quite where you are, but slowly catching up.
Well, that wasn't the right one.
What are you looking for?
My plug-in from my computer.
Can't help you there.
It said the batteries are low.
Well, it's hard to tell who's next because my files are different than yours.
Oh, just a minute. I'm not done with Faye, though, before we go next to Melissa. Okay, I'm plugged in. So sorry. I thought I was plugged in.
We lost our name tags.
It's probably the migraine that's doing it to me. But nonetheless, here we go. Name tags. Aren't they cute? Anyways, Faye, back to you for a minute because your dad is saying hello to you. He wants to say, peace is the happiness that we find within. If we treasure who we are and where we came from, unlimited joy is a possibility for any of us. And he's throwing down kisses at you and telling you to take care of your health right now. So, hey, cuz, pay attention. All right. Amanda is, okay, we did read for Amanda. So Melissa is next.
Okay. Melissa, the death card.
Oh, so yeah, as we all know, the death doesn't mean death. It means pulled in many different directions. So Melissa, I feel like you've got an opportunity to do something new on your horizon, either looking towards a new job, adding another job to your already existing job, expanding your knowledge to the point that sometimes you feel like, oh my God, what have I done? But the thing is, for me, this is the best opportunity and time for you to make that expansion around you. So just go for it.
And for you, I see transition and an opportunity for higher learning.
Okay. Anything else? Next is our cousin Sandra or Sandy. Hey, Sandy. Okay. Funny, I was thinking about you today. I was thinking about the yellow house and all of us living in it and the changes and everything. And it was your place that I was throwing the darts at Lauren. So first of all, I want to tell you just how much I appreciated the fact you took us in, because
you and Ashley,
yeah. So Sandy, thank you. Love you very much for that. Okay, so Sandy,
3 of coins.
Ooh, someone's getting married. So there's a wedding invite or an invitation, and it looks like a very simple, elegant, down-to-earth kind of wedding that you're going to be invited to. Part of me thinks you might have to work the day of the wedding. So if you do and you want to go, I'm going to say see what arrangements you can make. But I also get the impression that you'll have an opportunity again to climb up that ladder where work is concerned. So maybe a new prospect inside the place you're already working.
Hey, darling. Yes, it's very kind what you did with D'Arcy and Ashley, and I hope all is well with you. When I look at the 3 of coins, there are 2 things that I see with this one. A little bit of hesitation on your part, and this is due possibly because someone is going to ask you to take up the role of mentorship, teaching people your skill, and that opportunity might come. Don't second guess yourself. You're very, very good at what you do. You have a healing presence. You have vast knowledge. And younger generations need more of the compassionate side of nursing than just the book learning that we do nowadays.
Yeah. So just fast, I'm going to say hello to Jeannie, Angela. Yes, we'll pull a card for Brandon as well. And Kathy, Shay, Rebecca, Ariel, Christina, and Brenda. We will get to you, and anyone who's below there, we will get to you as soon as we finish reading for every person above you. Okay.
All right.
Kathy.
Next is who?
Kathy.
Kathy.
Okay.
Temperance.
Yes, Kathy.
Temperance.
Pardon me?
Temperance.
Oh.
Patience.
Kathy. What I heard before Penelope even pulled the card was that song Shake, Rattle, and Roll. Okay, and I can't remember who sings it, but I sort of felt like you need to get up, shake those old bones, and get them into motion. And this could be because of the nice weather. It could just be that you're sitting too much, but they're actually in my head, shake, rattle, and roll. So I'm going to say, get out there, shake some things out, clean out a closet, do a little dance. Oh, now I hear the song, do a little dance. Is it have fun tonight? So have some fun, Kathy. Maybe you're just a little stuck in the mud. Oh, Elvis Presley. Thank you. So go out there and have some fun.
So when I hear the word temperance, I do think of patience. But patience does talk about equilibrium. It talks about balance. So I understand that life is difficult in your mind. And I'm not saying that because it's in your mind, it's not real, because in all our minds, we have something that appears really difficult and hard to overcome. But balance. If we spend an hour being depressed, I firmly believe the balance is to spend 2 hours of joy.
Yeah.
Balance. And to remember the value of that equilibrium, that wisdom of being able to let go.
All right. So Jeannie, for you, I actually want to say, get a bottle, put a candle in it. Do you you might be too young for this, but do you guys remember the glass wine bottles with the wicker bottom, and you used to put a candle in it and we'd burn it, and some people did other things with those while they were burning the candle before it became legal in life. This is about meditation, contemplations, looking at the flame and allowing it to show you images of where or what you need inside your life. It's trust spirit, trust your own energy and your own decisions. Don't always, Jeannie, rely on others to tell you, yeah, that's a great idea, because sometimes we need to pat ourselves on the back, because sometimes we do things that people don't see, and it just seems to me that once in a while you need to reach back there and pat yourself on the back and say, good job. No matter what anyone else says to you, it's a good job.
So I picked the Fool, which basically sums up what D'Arcy is saying. But what I really love about this card is here's this woman on a broom. And the first thing I thought when I saw the card is, embrace the inner witch in you.
Yeah.
Just know that it doesn't matter if anyone else believes you or doesn't believe you. Just enjoy the journey.
Okay, let's pull Brandon's card too, since we're talking to Jeannie.
Okay,
Brandon.
the magician.
Oh, that's funny, because even though that's a magician, what I was going to say is start picking up after yourself. All right, that it's time that you took control of your life as well, and that you started to clean, maybe to rearrange things around your life. But it also feels like this is work related, as though you have an opportunity to look at a new job or be in a different position of some sort. And the song I hear applied to this one is The Little Train. Well, I guess it's a story. It's not a song. I think I can. I think I can. So whatever it is you want to do, remember that. You think you can. And that little train made it up that hill, no matter how much everyone said, hey, you're a little small. You can't get there. So keep going. Whatever it is you're after, you can do it.
So when I look at the card magician, first, if you see, there's eyes all over the place. I know you can't see that, D'Arcy, but there are. This talks about intellect. This talks about intelligence. But the first thing I think is, for God's sakes, get your act together. I don't mean to be vicious, but I guess maybe that's what D'Arcy is saying too. It's like, get your act together, clean up after yourself in life, clean up after yourself in work, put a little order. And I mean, the good news is if you don't like what I'm saying, you can always, mute me. But that to
Yeah.
me is what the card is saying.
But since you mentioned eyes, maybe he needs to go get his eyes checked.
Possibly.
That could be the other thing. And Kathy, you missed the part. I have a migraine, so hence no extra lighting tonight, nothing. And the glare from the computer is killing my eyes, so hence the sunglasses. And why I'm not pulling cards is because I've shot my right arm and it's not working, and my left arm needs to be able to wave at everyone.
Okay. Does that?
Yeah. Shay Shay.
Who's next? Shay Shay?
Yeah, Shay Shay.
The Hanged Man.
Did we read for Angela?
No.
Sorry. Let's do Shay Shay, and then we have to go back up to Angela. You pulled that for Shay Shay.
This is Angela's card. Let me find one. I'll just pull the next one over, okay? The Four of Chalice. I set the four. Sorry, that is the Five of Chalice. Can you see that?
Yep. Now, is this for Shay Shay?
Shay. No. Who did you say that we didn't read for?
Angela.
This is for Angela. Shay Shay was the card. Yeah.
Okay, the Four of Chalice is for Angela. Angela, dig deep into
the Five of Chalices. Sorry.
Five? Okay.
Yeah, that's five.
This is dig deep into your desires. What is it you would like to do this very moment? I feel like there's this emotional awakening coming around you. And as it begins to brim and boil and come to the surface, sometimes it can be a little frightening when our emotions change. But other times it could be a blessing because we're letting go of everything that literally is garbage around us. And we're moving into a more serene emotional state of mind. And that is what I'm feeling around you. And just so you know, I do have a gentleman here. I want to say like an R sound, like in Robert, Rob, Bob, and I'm going with the R more so, and he's passed. He would just like to tell you that take your time as you make decisions, because sometimes we can be a little hasty in the process. So set it to the side if you're not 100% sure, but know that come morning you will have made the right decision for you at that particular time in your life.
Now, before I forget.
Angela. Five of Cups.
Yeah. I wanted to say, Angela, when you are dealing with things and you think that it's really, really difficult to get through it, look for the silver lining. To me, that's what I see here is, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's a woman who's got her hands in her head in her hands, but there's silver linings. No matter how hard things look, maybe some things are not a little harder to see, but there are silver linings to the most disappointing things we have. So just hang in there and have faith.
Okay, so next is Shay Shay. Hi, Shay Shay.
Right. The Hanged Man.
The Hangman? Okay. Sometimes we do have to stand stationary and listen to the wind around us. And what it does is it allows us to focus and to put into perspective what the feeling that we are experiencing at that very moment. I mean, have you ever talked to someone and all of a sudden you feel this burning desire to literally punch them in the nose, and you put it to the side, and then you're able to come back to it after and say, why did I feel that? Was it the tone of voice? Was it the way they looked at me? And it allows you to learn things about yourself, not necessarily about the person that you felt that feeling for. And they're saying that this is a time for you to learn your own emotional energy and how it applies to other people around you. And it also teaches you at this time how to let things go. Sometimes there are people in our life that, if they're not on the same page or at the same level we are, sometimes we do let them go. And that's okay, because there could come another time in your life where that person may come back towards you and they're at the same level you are. So don't be afraid to let go, but also remember to look at your emotions, and whether it's something from your past or your current present that is causing the emotional disturbance.
For you, when I see the Hanged Man, one of the very first things I think, and this is probably my second or third favorite card in any deck, is if things look like they're a mess and you're overwhelmed. I remember a friend of mine once saying, there isn't anything in the world that can't be solved if you hang yourself upside down in the closet and look at it from a different direction, a different perspective. If you ever notice children, they'll lie on the couch with their head draped over, and you ask them what they're seeing, and they're seeing the world that a different way, looking for a solution. So have that same childlike innocence, have that ability to take a moment and just look at the world from a different perspective. I'm not saying your way isn't always right, but sometimes, I know for myself, I will, that expression, put yourself in another's shoes.
Yeah.
And just slowly change. And it might just be one little thing that I went, oh, how did I not see that? But I'm taking a moment to look outside myself. Of course, I'm sure D'Arcy would agree that sometimes with me, it's probably best to hang me upside down and lock me in the closet at the very best of times.
I don't know. I'm thinking one of those hang me upside down machines that you could get at a chiropractor might work as well.
Anti-gravity.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so hello, Rebecca. Rebecca, I'm hearing someone saying dance, dance, dance. So again, movement, but I also think this movement is about as you progress forward in life. Don't forget to dance. Don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to take a moment and smell the roses. And they're also showing me like a cooking pot, as though you're making something. And as you make it, it seems to be important that you don't walk away from the stove, because you're supposed to stir it as it cooks. So in other words, if it sticks to the bottom of the pot, you're going to have to start all over. And the first thing I thought of was vanilla pudding. And, if you burnt just a little bit of it, or you do what I did one time, put salt instead of sugar into it, sure doesn't taste the way it's supposed to.
So I know this sounds really strange, but I swear to God, I just pulled this card off the deck, okay? But I feel like I pulled this card earlier off the deck, and I know because I have two separate piles, but it is the Six of Cups.
No, you haven't pulled it yet.
So
you pulled the Six of Wands.
I know, but I swear to you, it's like I already know what this cup says, so I'm going to let you say it, and then I'll pass the message on.
Oh no, I've already talked to her. It's your turn.
The Six of Cups. I want to say first, those moments of deja vu you're having. Pay attention. It always jokes that if you're a Matrix fan, and not everyone is, but I am, because I'm kind of geeky in my other part of my life. There's a glitch in the Matrix when you keep experiencing deja vu, right? So someone is trying to get a message through to you and you're not listening, whether it is fear that's stopping you, or uncertainty, or worrying about other people's judgments. None of that should be an issue. Take some time to reflect and open yourself up to what the universe is trying to tell you. Deja vu moments means that you need to learn something because you've already done this once before.
And you get to do it again. But you know what, that card, even though I've already said to Rebecca, you know what, Rebecca, I'm taking that dance portion and just imagine a burning fire in the backyard and you're dancing around it. Okay, make sure you have clothes on, honey, because the neighbors might complain unless you've got a big field. Right? But have some fun. Let your hair down. Howl at the moon. Ariel.
Yes, be careful where you howl at the moon, because regrettably, people will still think you're crazy.
So Ariel is next, and I'm just going to quickly, hello, Christina, Brenda, and Carly, and so next is Ariel. Ariola.
Ariel?
Ariella.
Ariella?
Yeah.
The Page of Swords.
Oh, Ariella, you're the girl, you're Amanda's daughter. You're the one that may find yourself tempted because people are trying to push you into doing something. I'm not talking your parents, I'm talking outside influence. And this is the time that you take to talk to your parents and say, this is what's going on. I need some help. Give me a little clarity. Help me. And I do feel like you are saying, help me make the right choices. So, and you are. That's the nice part. There are so many changes happening for you, and not all of them are going to be perfect, but the bulk of them are taking you in a direction, honey, that you really need to be. And it feels like a weight taken off your shoulders. So be open. Don't be afraid to charge forward and make a name for yourself in the right way this time.
What's I going to say? New beginnings.
Sorry, that was a cat. She wanted to walk on the computer.
Look for new beginnings. Open your eyes to possibility. And D'Arcy's right. You know, it's okay if we go to our parents occasionally. Consider them sages. If you're lucky enough to have parents and grandparents, that, you know, they have wisdom and they have a viewpoint of the world that we don't share. Although, of course, we are both old enough to be those sages, I wouldn't rely on us.
That's why people come to me.
Wait. Yes, go to the wise one.
Okay. Hi, Christina. Christina, so here's the thing. If I ask about a name, remember, if you recognize it, tell me the name, say yes. But Christina, is there a Pat or Patrick or Patricia around you? Or someone you would recognize the name with, let's put it like that. Or better yet, just recognize the name. Because I feel like I'm supposed to talk about them right now, but I also hear someone tell me, leave it alone. And the other portion is that I'm told to tell you to shine your shoes. And normally shining shoes means a new opportunity being presented to you. And it's also probably a grandparent that was in the military and is saying, you know, your shoes represent who you are. And as a matter of fact, I know it's profiling and everything, but I used to be a store detective. And in all honesty, I'd look to your shoes first to figure out who you were. Don't do that now, but that is what my boss taught me. And you would think the shinier shoes, the better the person. Not always. But
no, I was just recently reading a story about it, and a detective saying, never trust a man who wears $800 shiny shoes.
Yep.
That chances are they're dishonest. Excuse me.
Okay. So, Christina, just know that there are new opportunities being presented, and you may have to present yourself in such a way that the whole outfit is going to be important. So don't be me. If you wear open-toed shoes and you're going to an interview, paint your toenails. I don't. And I do not know how many times I have had ladies say to me, why aren't your toenails painted? Okay, I don't really follow people's advice, but I have learned that if I'm going to an interview, I know it's a lady who's interviewing me, I now paint my toenails.
I chose for you the King of Cups. The King of Cups talks about our emotions. You know, I happen to be a very, despite the fact I don't come across.
I think that was the King of Pentacles.
Actually, I looked it up because I thought it was the King of Pentacles. It's the King of Cups.
Really? That looks like a pentacle on top of his head and a sword in his hand.
It's the King of Cups. The cup is in the bottom of his hands.
Really? Okay.
Here.
My eyesight really is off. Okay.
King of Cups.
All right.
Because I went, where the friggin', pardon my language, where the hell is the cup? And because I thought the bottom, I thought that was an atom in his hand.
So same here.
So the first card in this new deck that I had to look up, and I'm like, okay, it's not coins. It's not the eighth atom. What the hell is it? And yeah, it says cups. So where was I? Right, mastering your emotions. There's nothing wrong with being someone who wears their heart on their sleeve or lets their emotions run. But it can be a struggle when you're looking for advancement. Sorry, guys, I just have to take this moment. It's not often that I get to have victory over D'Arcy when it comes to tarot cards. It's like this big light shining in my face. So,
I'm missing something. So
I'm just taking the moment. So anyways, mastery of emotion. And it doesn't mean be a stoic, cold-faced person. It just means know when to rein those emotions in so that people value your intellect and value your logic as well as your emotion.
So I'm just going to quickly answer Christina. Hope your headache goes away. I think the headache's gone. It's the sore eyes. Like if you've ever had a migraine, that afterwards your eyes hurt so bad that you don't really want to look at anything. So that's what I want gone. So after the show tonight, I'm putting ice packs on. Okay, so Brenda, you're next. And Brenda.
The 10 of Wands.
The 10 of Wands. Okay. First of all, it made me think sitting in the backyard at a table and chair with the shade and just enjoying the moment, soaking up the sun. And I realized
you know what? This 7th deck has really confused me. Those aren't wands. Those are swords.
That's okay. I wasn't basing it on the cards.
Perfect.
And they're saying to sit there and just enjoy the moment. So this is about enjoying the present now. It's not about looking to your future, looking at your past, looking left or right. This is about being in that moment and just savoring everything that is around you, because you know what? The next moment it's gone. So enjoy the little things in life because they will bring you the happiest joy. And there will be big things that bring you joy as well. But it's just that moment, like, have you ever sat there and all of a sudden you heard a song that you haven't heard since you were a kid and you can remember the memory that goes with that song? That's what they're talking about.
Yeah,
it's like the song, it's a Scottish song, and it's about a guy who like he's over water. Every time I hear it, I think of Cameron. And right now I can't hear the song, but I know what it reminds me of.
Yeah. So 2 things. Usually people get, even if it was wands or swords, is about putting too much on your shoulders. So D'Arcy's right. Like enjoy and embrace the moment, because whatever it is that is sticking in this whale, the whale is still jumping out of the waves, doing a backflip, and embracing the moment. And just remember that it's okay, even in the deepest moments of stress, to
it makes me think of Moby Dick. Read Moby Dick. I never have.
I have a few times. It's a good story. It's a sad story. I mean, in the end they die, but
oh wow.
Embrace the moment.
Yeah. Okay, Carly, you're next. Hello, Carly. Okay, I think the song's Tequila Sunrise, and I sort of feel like you should, something about the song, I don't know the lyrics to it, so maybe look it up. And maybe it's about you're about to take a trip somewhere or within the next 8 months. And maybe it has something to do with a tequila sunrise. Isn't that a drink? Tequila sunrise? Or maybe,
Yes, it is.
but there's also a song.
Yeah, it's another tequila sunrise.
Yeah.
I
So
think it's
maybe
by
that's it.
the
You know,
Eagles.
every day is just another sunrise, but each sunrise should be unique. So look for something unique in the sunrise or something around the area of the sunrise, because to me, this is about a message being given to you from a loved one who just basically is what I'm supposed to say.
The Queen of Cups. Rely on your intuition, tap into your imagination. It's been, something, it's been a long time since you tapped into the inner child. Why don't you get a book it's like a coloring book, or a book of paper, blank paper, what are they called? Drawing sheets and some crayons, and tap into your creativity, your intuition, and see whether it's that you write something or you draw something. There's some creative part of you that is crying to come out, and it doesn't have to be perfect. The most unique pieces of art have flaws in them. I crocheted these I used to crochet these elaborate tablecloths in Afghans. And I remember, God love my second husband, he used to razz the hell out of me because for years I'd be on the 120th row of this tablecloth that was all butterflies. It's called filet crochet. D'Arcy probably knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Butterflies and sunflowers. This thing is big enough to cover a table that's for 12 people. And I would have this mistake, and I would literally tear back dozens of rows to fix that mistake. And one day I was doing this when this one woman came up to me and she said, "Did you know that in medieval days that the way you could tell a tapestry belonged to a specific artist is by the mistake that artist made? They didn't sign their names. They allowed specific mistakes. So artists knew if they saw a tapestry of mountains and foothills that they knew which mountain and which foothill had been designed by who." So tap into your inner creativity. Don't be so afraid that people are going to judge. You'll probably find a message in that inner creativity.
Absolutely.
Actually, you will find a message.
Well, Shar, congratulations on the new great grandson. Give him a kiss and ask your spirit guides to look after him. And Shar says thank you. I can't see the screen. There's Lily is next. Amanda says thank you. And so we have Lily, Erica, Gloria. Tracy says thank you. And we have Orville. He says, "Hi, I'm on the road. Pick a card for me, please. And thank you. Have a wonderful evening, ladies." And so we'll go back up to Lily first. Hello, Lily. Oh. And Lily.
The Knight of Cups.
Okay, it's the stars that stand out the most. So it makes me think, that thing that it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you're all under the same sky.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me also feel, Lily, that this is not just a message about being under the same sky as you're in Alberta, I believe, and I don't know where Catherine is, and your mom's in BC. So if you guys all stepped outside at the same time, looked up at the sky, you're looking at the same thing. It may be twisted a little depending on the hemisphere, but it means you're united, that it doesn't matter where you live in the world, that heartstring pulls you to each person that you are closest to. And you can and that goes for the loved ones alive and the loved ones past. So go outside, make a wish, and send it out by universal decree that it will touch everyone you care about.
Okay, Lily. Hi, darling. The knight also shows the stars D'Arcy is talking about. My constellation is called Ursa Major. It's one of the few constellations that I can naturally pick out of the sky. One of the very few. And Ursa, of course, is bear. And as we know in many cultures, especially in many Aboriginal cultures, but other cultures as well, one of the four guardians is considered the bear. Uh, Not one of the four main guardians, but the sub guardians, right? So, like, if you put the Earth into 8 quadrants, the bear is one of those guardians of that section. And it means just what Darcy said, that you are all bound together under the protection of the same spirit. And that being the case, we're never really alone because, um, I had a friend who once said to me when I was 17, we met at Master Cadet Camp, and we knew our lives were going to change forever. We were never going to see each other. And for us, it wasn't the stars, it was a song. He said, whenever you hear this song, and it was a Simon and Garfunkel song, and it was about people meeting in a great big room and signing peace treaties. And it's a song you don't hear very often. And he said, whenever you hear that song, know that no matter where in the world I am, no matter where in the world you are, we will always be connected because I will be thinking of you the moment you hear that song. And that's like the stars, you look at these stars and know that you're all under that same sky and that same set of stars, no matter where we are.
Yeah.
So don't feel so alone.
Okay. So Erica is next, then Gloria. Tracy says thank you. And then Orville's after that. So Erica.
Okay.
Erica, I sort of feel like there is, okay, this one you're going to write on your calendar. It's June 22nd at 3:45 p.m. You have to be careful of your speed in your vehicle. So if you're even a mile over the speed limit, you could get a ticket. So pay attention to your driving on that day. And other than that, most of the time you're okay. So think of a school ground zone or a playground zone, because sometimes school grounds are playgrounds. So just pay really close attention to your speed on that day, whatever I just finished saying, because I can't already remember. And then the other thing is there is something like, I don't know if you're getting a palpitation or whether you're excited about something, but this made me feel, like where you get your heart in your throat expression. And this is totally separate from the speeding ticket. This is like something exciting happening for you, coming towards you, and it's just palpitating so hard that I feel like I'm going to burst, but you're not going to burst. Everything's going to be okay, but you got to take a breath. Okay.
Okay. Six of Swords. Six of Swords, Darcy's right, does talk about travel. And I would say be careful when you travel. You'll note that there's a snake behind the boat. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a snake, which makes me think of medicine, which makes me think of being safe, watching your health, if you're preparing to travel on a long journey.
Yeah, take your medicine with you.
Yeah. Also, this is a time of transition for you. And not to be so afraid of transition. Transition is never always a bad thing. They say embrace change. And that, I think, is what I'm trying to say to you. Embrace change.
Okay. So Gloria is next. Hello, Gloria.
And then Orville, right?
Yep. Penny to the pound, Gloria. And what it makes me think is that you need to put money onto something. So you need to sort of maybe shave a little from each thing to have that amount of money you're looking for. It could be about saving money, but it feels more like I'm adjusting money. I'm taking a little from here, putting it there. You're not shortchanging anyone. What you're doing is, okay, I don't need, say your bill was $57 every month, but one month you paid a little more. So this month you don't have to pay as much. So what you don't pay, you put away because you're going to use it for something else. So conserve your money because it's going to work for you in a very positive, energetic way that brings you some happiness.
For you, the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords talks a little bit about conflict, but what it also talks about is perspective. Sometimes what we perceive to be as a threat or we perceive to be as overwhelming isn't as threatening or overwhelming. It could be that we're tired and we're trying to do too much on our own and not willing to reach out to someone and say, this looks like a really dangerous water moccasin in the water, when really it's just a garter snake. And although it's frightening, it's not deadly and it's not going to hurt you. For whatever reason, why I'm thinking of water moccasin snakes from Ontario is beyond me. But that's the analogy I'm being given to give you. Little bit of perspective from outside yourself, taking the threat and better understanding, is it a threat or are you just fatigued and tired?
All right, Orville is next. I want to say relationships. I don't know if you're in one or not, but maybe it's time for one to come towards you. There is a celebration. What I'm feeling is this heart connection to another person, but they're alive. I'm not talking about anyone who's passed. And I feel like there's the start, the bloom of a new romance around you. Now, remember, before I've said relationships can be in connection with other people, but this is different because I hear the word romance. So it makes me feel like you're coming towards someone who there is going to be this heart connection and there could be a romance attached to it. Take your time. Don't rush into it.
The 8, oops, can you see that, guys?
There, that's better.
And although the 8 of Coins talks about diligence and reward in investment, one of the first things I thought about, Orville, was drums. I don't know if you've made a drum, but I'm being told you should make a drum. And I don't know, I can't tell you whether or not you're a drum carrier, but you are being given certain gifts this next year. And I think that a drum is one of them. And for whatever reason, I believe that you've already had some sort of almost like a vision of what you think should be on a drum. So tap into your heritage, tap into your culture. A drum. It's that time of year to start paying attention to that. And do me a favor, don't listen to your mind. Listen to your heart.
All right, so Christy is next. Hello, sweetie. Hi, Christy. Time and patience, they're virtues. Time, it rolls whether we want it to or not. But they're saying time, patient, change. And I'm also getting education, but I also feel like maybe you're either reaching out to your dad or he's reaching out to you. And there's a query there. And I'm going to say that the answer seems pretty straightforward, but you might want to wait a day before you actually reply to it. And I also feel as though there's a little bit of a road trip around you. So you may be taking a small little road trip, and I want to say it might do with medicine. Like, I don't know if you're going to tend to someone or you're getting something checked, but I hear there's a little medicine attached to it.
Excuse me for a sec. Okay, I don't smoke, so if you smoke, please watch your health. Make sure you haven't got asthma or something. I suddenly feel really short of breath when it was my turn to speak to you. Either that or you're just telling me that you're done and enough of my nonsense. So watch your health, watch your breathing. This is a time for relaxation. This is the 9 of Coins, if I read that right. And this is about being okay. It's all right to take some time, watch your health, relax, and take care of yourself.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So we were at Christy, right?
Yes. have we done for Audrey yet?
I'll get down. Just wait. There's a lot of people below this, so I'm trying to see.
Okay.
And I'm having a little problem with my eyesight. But Penelope Faces, I am so happy you are enjoying. I totally lost it. Geocaching, and thanked us both for the cards. Amanda, I've already taken a few, so I'll wait until the show's over. Erica, well, hopefully you managed to hear your reading. Ashley has blocked our lovely troll, Guppy. Shar, Shar would like us to pull a card for Aza, or Asia. Okay. She said it's pronounced Asia. And this is her granddaughter. Amanda, colorful language. And I do realize it's to the Guppy, so good thing I know what it's for. And I see your mother chastising you for it. Okay, so this is for Asia. And Asia, what I feel is there isn't anything in life that you can't accomplish as long as you're open to learning, to having constructive criticism. And I mean constructive, I don't mean rude criticism. And that I feel like your future is unlimited as long as you believe that for yourself. So don't be afraid to try something new, because it may actually bring you more pleasure than you anticipated. And you've got an awful lot of love around you, kid. So just embrace it. Because, honestly, one day those you love will always be with you no matter where you are in life.
So the first thing I want to say to you is, please remember who you are. Don't get lost in all of the stuff that swirls around that causes us to question our culture, our heritage, who we are, if we're of any value. The very first message I need to tell you is that you are of value, and you are very, very important to your family and to countless people you have yet to meet. So just hold on to that when you're getting overwhelmed. Now, I picked for you the Two of Wands, and although it looks like this young woman is kind of trapped, she really isn't. It looks like she's in some kind of bird cage, but the bird cage is mostly of her own making. So she can flee free, and that's with planning and organizing. And like D'Arcy says, try something new, learn something new. The greatest restriction we put on ourselves, honey, is ourselves. So step outside of yourself for a minute. And a really good example, and I'll take it from personal experience. I was over 20 years a palliative nurse's aide, and I was really good at it, sweetheart. Like the kind of good that I was never without work or anything, and I loved what I did. And one simple injury knocked me off my feet. Like I ended up walking with a cane for several years. And so I'm lost and I don't know what it is. I've got to make a living. I've got a child to raise. And someone has suggested bookkeeping, and I started studying accounting. And what a surprise. It turned out I was really good at it. And that's what I'm trying to say. Don't let yourself limit yourself. We all do it. Spread your wings, just like that bird in the cage, and fly.
Okay. So just so everyone knows who's below Asia, is that I'm not sure if we get bumped off after a certain time, but we will get to whoever we can tonight. All right. So next is Alana, then Kim, then Audrey. Okay. So Alana, she wants to know, she's got to move at the end of the month, and she's wondering if we hear anything on that. So do you want to pull a card?
I did. The Three of Wands. Prepare, prepare, prepare.
Okay. I'm also going to say, Alana, look to Home Life or some sort of organization like that actually rents places out, because I don't feel you're going to, it's either coming through a friend or it's because of something like an organization that rents places out.
Yeah. I think now's the time that you need, I don't know if you're moving immediately, but this is talk about preparing to move. Like, we all carry superfluous stuff we don't need, right?
Oh, she's moving at the end of the month, so she's probably already going through that.
So prepare, go through the stuff. If you think that you have gone through it, go through it one more time so you're not cursing yourself later.
All right, so Kim's next.
The moon.
The moon. And it's funny because I'm looking at her Facebook image and it's a big orange ball and it made me think of the moon. We're all governed by the moon, by the way the moon shifts the energy around us and inside of us. And so I'm going to say that maybe you should be listening to your inner diva and paying attention. I don't mean go out and be, that not nice diva. I'm saying allow that diva to come out and say, I do deserve to be loved. And don't put yourself on a pedestal so high you can be knocked off, but at least know that you do deserve to be loved.
Okay, so first, the moon, the orange glow or the orange circle you see around people's names, is in honor of the 215 residential souls that were found.
The orange, the whole orange?
Yeah, that's in honor. 215 children's bodies were found in the residential school area. And this is to recognize all those 215 stories not told and all of the thousands of lives of children who went to residential schools.
Yep. Granny being one of them, so it's recognizing what she went through as well.
I posted part of Gran's story on Facebook. So that people know our one grandmother was, for those who haven't read our Facebook postings, our Grandma Beardsley, Granny Goodwitch, was Sioux Irish, and she went to residential school. And she spoke to me when I was in my early 20s and late teens quite frequently because I was her wayward granddaughter. And she thought that these stories would straighten me out a bit, which they did. And some of them were terrifying. And so when these had come to light, one of the things I remember her saying to me was one day all these children whose souls had been ripped away, they would sing their songs and tell their stories. So for all people who have experienced loss like that and to the families of the families, my heart goes out to them and many blessings.
Absolutely.
Now for you, I also chose the moon, as you saw. The moon talks about many things, but the moon, besides the pull of us on the moon talks about the spiritual growth. The moon talks about the transition and a little bit of confusion, but also bear in mind that it's all right if we have that confusion. Think about how that moon pulls an entire body of water like an ocean, literally off the floor of the ocean. So if it has that effect on that body of water, imagine what it has as an effect emotionally, spiritually, physically on our bodies. And I would say, especially as biased and as sexist as this sounds, forgive me all the men who watch us later and now, we are more profoundly affected by the times of the moons. So tap into your spirituality, tap into your inner witch, for want of a better word, and don't be so afraid of yourself.
Okay. So Audrey's next. Hello, Audrey. And I feel like now's the time to look for your inner peace, to pull again from your ancestors and find your center and allow the heart chakra to open up and to embrace the joy that will be around you. And they're also suggesting changes. So it could be that you're moving into a new area of employment. It could also be, what am I looking for? A new residence. It could be that you're looking at moving or you're renovating. And then I hear the song Joy to the World. So it makes me think of celebration.
Well, I picked for you the star. The thing about a star is, that song, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. But the beauty of a star is it's about to achieve your wish, you work towards your wish. And we both know that you have worked very, very hard to be where you are. And this is a time where everything that you hope to achieve is within just inches from your grasp. And the only thing that is stopping you is your fear of success. Darcy's right. Rely on your spirit guides. Rely on your the grandmothers and the grandfathers. Um, do me a favor. Don't be hesitant. Start planning that powwow that you and I've talked about from time to time that may or may not happen. I think that we will probably be able to get through powwow season in case you're curious. I don't know if we'll be able to get much past powwow season, but I do believe we'll get that far. Please focus on your health and stay strong.
All right. So Angela says thank you. And then we have Mr. Khan and Marion. Shay Shay says thank you. Amanda, thank you for the name pronunciation. And Ariel says thank you. And okay, so Telia Saddleback's on, and we've read for Gloria and Christina. Okay, Christina, just hold on to the name. Maybe it's someone you're going to meet. We have Amika, and I think there's where we're basically ending it with Rebecca. Because this just keeps going on and on. So we need to go back up to, just a minute. Where are we? Mr. Khan. Marion, and I think was next, and then Mr. Khan. Just a minute. Yep. No, Mr. Khan, then Marion. Well, Mr. Khan, evening. You said you're right. Things flowing towards our goal. Now trying to get back to those in need because of our blessings. Very generous of you, Mr. Khan. And thrilled that things are working in towards your goal. And I feel that the more you put that motion into getting what you're after, so here's the thing of the secret. You've put into motion, you started it with your intent. As you move forward, it's beginning to grow and grow. It's going to become like that ball or rock that collects moss, sort of like an avalanche, the ball just keeps rolling. So don't forget, as it's moving, to take time and stand to the side and let some of the excess energy pass you so that you're not rolling to a dead stop. You want it to move you gradually, slowly, confidently towards to the area you want to be. And I am going to say congratulations again, because it couldn't happen to a nicer person. And know that, I got a gentleman here who wants you to know that you're loved. So it's either your dad's dad or it could be your mom's dad. It is definitely like a grandfather. Or it could be on your wife's side.
Okay, so for you, the 4 of Wands. What's rabbits? Nesting is what I think. New beginnings, celebration, a sense of home and community. So I can't see if you guys are having another child, but there seems
they will.
I was going to say there seems to be a child coming into your life soon. Probably about a year and a half, maybe 2 years pushing. I don't know for sure. But I see new life. Possibility of either remodeling your home or looking for a bigger nest.
They're actually going to buy a new home. So
okay. And some kind of, I'm not sure what D'Arcy was talking about, but in the congratulations, but whatever it is, congratulations. Cause for celebration. So possible new life, new home, new nest, celebration, and a sense of community.
Yep. Okay, Marion. Hi, Marion. Yes, I know. Hopefully tomorrow night while I'm on, I won't need these nice glasses. and sore eyes and the headache will be totally gone. So, Marion, I'm just going to go with what I hear for you. And you know that when you have a bottle of champagne and you pop the cork and that sound and the fuzz that comes with it, it makes me think that there's a celebration here for you. Something that's bringing a lot of joy, a lot of pleasure. And it could be the finish of a project. It could be that it's coming to fruition and it's finally going to be done and that's the last of it. And it feels too that when you stand at the edge of the road and you look towards the house, it's everything that you dreamt of and then a little bit more. So this has to do with your home, but it definitely feels like there's celebration. I'm seeing new growth around it. I also see a bear somewhere close by to you. So I'm going to say keep those dogs on a leash. If you're not out there with them, pay attention, because I can see a bear.
And for you, the Three of Cups, which talks about friendship. Go spend some time with your friends and some time with good women friends. You know, sit down, grab a glass of wine, a glass of tea, iced tea. I don't know what people drink besides iced tea and water and juice and tea, but something, and spend that time rejuvenating in the company of women.
All right. All right. So
more people coming to the list, hey?
Yeah. We have, and I feel really bad because some people aren't actually getting their reading tonight because it's just gone way beyond. But I'm trying to squeeze everyone in. Mika. Hello, Mika. Is your marriage going to last? Well, since I'm not really as fluent in the marriage area, my message to you would be, if you're not sure, get counseling. This is something that is based on you, not based on what we feel. And I really think that it's time that communication is a big skill as far, and even going to my own from 30 years ago. Communication is a big skill in marriage. And if you guys aren't communicating, then there is a problem. And so I'm going to say go for counseling.
And as I picked the One of Wands, the first card of Wands, that talks about possibility and potential. So again, I'm not saying it's going to last. I'm not going to say it falls apart because I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Go get counseling. Some things almost everything can be solved one way or another with some help.
Yeah. Did we read for Rebecca? She says, thank you all. I've been feeling a lot.
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay. Rebecca, if you're trying to channel, then keep a book beside you or even a little tape deck so that it's going as you're sitting there. And if anything comes out, you either can write it out or speak it out and see what happens. Okay, we have Hearts, Love, Joy. She wants a reading, and she then says, is Jackson still romantically attached to me and misses me? And will he reach out to me? Thank you. Hearts, Love, Joy. I think it's probably time to move on. Okay, but I am also a firm believer in free will. So if you really want to wait around and see if he reaches out to you, the question is not if he's romantically attracted to you. What about you? How do you feel about him? Do you miss him? And the thing is, if you're asking the question, that means you're not sure, even how you feel. So I'm saying it's time to move on, honey.
And I chose the One of Cups, and what that talks about is the potential for love. But if there is a potential for love, then that assumes that there's no love, and we have to clear the pathway for the potential of love to walk through the door.
Yeah. And then down below, she says, we are still in no contact. I think that says it all.
You know, and I always say again, even for separation, counseling, and always hesitate to take the marriage counseling advice like me. I have been married 3 times. And the one thing I have learned is communication, communication, communication.
Yep.
Of course, it's hard to communicate with a second ex-husband who disappeared off the face of the earth, but that's the story for another day.
Yeah.
And
So
not his
we did get Melissa already.
Yeah.
And Christy says she quit smoking but started dating someone who does, and she's mindful of airflow when she's with them, and she thanked us both very much. This is helpful. Alana, I'm pretty sure we read for her too, right?
Yeah.
Audrey, yeah. Ruana, hi ladies, nice, thank you. Will me and my Gemini boyfriend relationship get better if I help him raise his vibration to mine? Well, intent is important, but the thing is, does he want his vibration raised to you? And if he does, then there is a possibility your relationship can get better. But the big thing is, unless he gives you permission, you can't do it, because you're messing with his free will. And
I agree. I chose the King of Coins, which says quit being obsessive and quit being overprotective. You can't make anyone do anything if there's free will. People have to have free will, and you have to give them that choice. And if they're not going to, why would you want someone on the same frequency? There's no individuality. But that's my personal opinion. When I'm reading that card, I see individuality, and I say, no, you don't have the right to try and make someone match your frequency. No one does.
Yeah, I still think if the person wants to, she can.
Well,
okay, but they have to have the intent.
Yeah, no one has the right to make someone, because then that defies the very convention of any craft. Do no harm. Let a person be free to make a choice.
Yeah. Kim says, thank you, ladies. The reading made her very emotional. And Audrey said she likes to celebrate, and she will celebrate the powwow. Love the reading, ladies. Always enlightening. We've already been to Brianna and Jessica. Jessica's our last person. And if I missed anyone, I'm totally sorry. Oh, yes. Thea Lee. I hope I am saying that right. Saddleback. We missed her. Someone mentioned she was on. So let's do her before we do Jessica. Jessica being our last person tonight.
Tia, right?
Yeah. Well, Thea.
This is a time to stay close to home. This is, so this is the Queen of Coins. It's hard to tell, but there's actual coin there. This is about staying close to home, nurturing, caring for yourself and caring for others. A time to take a step back and even care for your home, like make your home your palace. Off to you.
Okay, and it's Teela, or I wished I could pronounce it right, but every time I think I have it under my belt, it runs away from me. So Miss Saddleback. Joy is what we embrace, how we view the world, not necessarily how the world views us, but how we view the world, and the emotional connectiveness that we make to those that we love is very important. And that sense of nurturing, of caring for, that's part of who you are. And you can't run away from it, even if you wanted to, because no matter where you go, it's always going to be there. So embrace the fact that you are a mother goddess and that you want to take care of everyone, because it's the most important thing to you. Know that you're blessed and loved, and that strong arms support you. Okay. And Shar, thank you. Tila. So I'll practice that. Trust me, I'll keep practicing it. Okay, Jessica, you're our last lady tonight. I hope you're doing well. And first of all, before we read for Jessica, I want to thank everyone who has come on tonight. I appreciate the support. Really couldn't do this without you. And love to everyone who has and gone through difficulties in their life and are trying to make changes. And love to all those spirits on the other side that need love and that know that they are looked after.
Yes, thank you all very, very much. And know that when I light a candle tonight for evening prayers, I'll keep my thoughts to include all of you as well tonight in evening prayers.
All right. So, Jessica.
The 5 of Wands.
Oh, that's normally work related, Jessica. It's going into a competition and facing the competition head on and knowing that you're going to be successful. But the other portion of that makes me think that you're about to face a romance and it's scaring the pants off of you. And I'm going to say, leave those pants on for a while. Okay. No hanky panky until I tell you it's okay. All right.
Oh, yeah. She's going to call you up at the last moment in the middle of an amorous embrace and go, yo, D'Arcy, can I have sex now? Please.
Nope. Me. She's got to wait a little bit because I feel like there's a connection that needs to be made, Jessica. And I feel like it's really got to be connected for you to take the step forward. But I know that you're about to find your romance, the romance you've been looking for that will take you to literally your grave if you want it to. Totally up to you.
So mine is that there is going to be some kind of facing conflict, inner and external conflict, whether that be romantic or professionally. No, you do not have to call D'Arcy to ask for permission in your step. Let us go back to the very first rule of any craft. Freedom of choice, do no harm.
All right. There is no harm. I'm protecting Jessica. She's a friend. Okay, last person snuck in is Tanya, and that's it. I'm not reading for anyone else because it's been a long night.
5 people ago, and I need to be somewhere soon.
Okay, so Tanya, patience is a virtue. Not all of us have it. I know I lack it, but they're saying that be patient. What you want is coming towards you. And the more you're patient, the closer it becomes. The more you fret about it, that you worry about it, that it goes a little farther away from you. So please, Tanya, be patient.
Patience, patience, patience. That.
Do you have a card for her?
Yes, I do. Be honest and true to yourself. This is the Queen of Swords, and it talks about inward focus, being honest and true to your inner spirit. So part of that is patience, part of that is honesty, and part of that is being true to yourself.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Khan, you're welcome, Jessica. I'll talk to you all. I'll be on tomorrow night. If anyone wants to show up, I'll be there at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And, you'll have a fantastic evening. And again, celebrate who you are. Because if we don't celebrate it ourselves, how does anyone else recognize it? Okay? Love thyself and be true.
Oh, not your usual blessing tonight.
Oh, no, I'm still going to do that. May love, joy, peace, and happiness find you all in mysterious ways. Blessed be everyone.
Thank you all very, very much. And again, I will leave you with my second favorite Arabic saying, which is Masalama. Go in night.
Good night, everyone. Blessed be.